Subscribe and hit the bell icon and never miss another video.
Was a role which not many people thought that I could do or I would do or I should do. So saying, I think, goodbye to Naina was very difficult, as much as it was a sigh of relief. I'd just gotten married when we were just shooting the climax. My goodbye speech, I was a little choked. Usually it doesn't happen with me. Okay, first of all, let me clarify. My venture in television was short-lived and really unsuccessful.
Hey guys, this is Nawaz Kochra from Team MissMalini, and we have with us the very amazing Yami Gautam, with who we are going to speak to about a lot of things from her Thursday to her film choices and so much more. So before that, welcome to MissMalini. Yami, how are you?
Thank you, Nawaz, and wish me a very happy International Women's Day.
Yes, that is what I was going to come to. So wish you a very happy International Women's Day. You know, it is people like you who inspire so many of us, and it is not just the women, but also the men out there to, believe in what you feel, is going to make you big or successful in life. Like, for example, while I was researching also, I was reading that you aspired to be an IAS officer, and then acting happened for you, and you are a law student and all, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So I was reading all this and I was like, what a journey is this has been, and I'm so glad that you listened to your heart, because otherwise where would we get to see such a talented person?
How sweet. You're too sweet.
Okay, on that note, tell me one thing, Yami. So has life changed after the success of a Thursday?
Yes, I hope so. At least the kind of offers that are pouring in, I think they're pretty much in sync or in line with the kind of films that I've always wanted to do. I'm still yet to sign my next, but even if I don't wait as per what kind of offers are pouring in right away, but just the love and just the adulation and respect, I think success is still something which, more or less we all achieve in our own ways, and everybody, gets a successful film and all those things. But when people start associating your work with respect, that's very rare, and I really value it. It's something a very different feeling, and I'm glad that yes, after years of hard work and there's still going to be so much more, but that patience in your belief, that patience and resilience, and a lot of things which I can't even probably put it in words. It pays off somewhere in the end. And
also, in April you are going to complete a decade in Bollywood.
Yes.
10 years, and the journey with so many roles, and every role has been so different from the other, whether it is Ginny with Sunny, whether it is Bala, whether it is Yuri, whether it is Kabil, everything has been just so different. So what keeps Yami going in this industry even after a decade?
No, I think there was, thank you, but yeah, decade sounds suddenly I'm पता नहीं कितने साल हो गए हैं, भी है मतलब 10 साल काफी होते हैं, बट मुझे अभी इसलिए नहीं लग रहे हैं क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है now my journey has just begun the way that I wanted it to be. It's life, things won't be according to how we want it always. It doesn't happen like that. But that path or that journey, it can be, and this place, it, Nawaz, it's full of so many things. You have to gather your own experience, make peace with certain choices which in your heart that they're not going to be good for them, but you go ahead and do because they tell you you're out of sight, you're out of mind, but you're cringing every day. That feeling is the worst. As an actor, if you have to be a part of a set where this is not where you want to be, or this is not what you want to do, and that's the worst feeling. That's so uninspiring, but that's also an experience. That's also an experience that makes you tougher. At that time, it's quite a pain, but then it makes you tougher. That fine, then if this is not what you want, and what you want, decide that. And then work towards it. Stick to your plan. Then stick to what you want to do. Shift gears. Okay, this is not working. This is not working once again for you. Then there must be a reason why it's not. Get back to where you begun your journey with, or with what mindset I came to this industry. Because once this fear takes a place now in your system, and fear बहुत जल्दी आ जाता है कहीं भी. That's a problem. वहाँ गड़बड़ हो जाती है. So you have to let go that fear of losing.
But so far, has there been a dream role that Yami has already played, or is it yet to come?
I don't know anything called like a dream role. I don't know. I used to have, maybe I used to think, but no, I now I don't think like that.
Okay.
I really want to play it by the year. I really want to go film by film. Like for me, Thursday Naina was a very good role. Was a role which I'm sure not many people thought that I could do, or I would do, or I should do. But or in Bala, that Arey Yami comedy kaise? So
Right.
or Uri. So I think that's the idea, that I don't want to I don't have anything in my mind. Maybe a biopic once, maybe something, but I don't have anything in my mind. Except for, I think, zombie genre, I'm open to everything.
Wow.
And because that's one genre I don't really enjoy also watching that much, to be honest. But whatever I do it with honesty, and it should have it should be a pivotal role in whatever I'm doing. It could be headlining a film, it could be not headlining a film, but doing something good, doing something impactful in the story. So that's my dream. That's my dream role is a culmination of a lot of good roles put together, I think.
Wow. Also, so Yami, like you mentioned, whether it is your role as Naina Jaiswal, or even the character that you've played in Uri, or for that matter, even Ginny, all these roles, what they had some kind of layers in it. Either they were strong-headed, or they were very impactful, intense, or so I want to know that as an actor, does it sometimes get difficult to step out from the skin of that character once you are done with the role? And usually if that happens, what is your process to get out and unwind yourself from that particular character which has left such an impact or a mark on you as a person?
I think Naina was very hard to let go. Naina Jaiswal was very hard to get to, because to get also in the skin of this character, yes, there was a process to it. Eventually, I shared this with one of your colleagues. I watched Irfan sir's interview in which he was saying it shouldn't be just about ki are haan bas ho gaya kaise bhi take. It's a skill that you have to develop as an actor. You have to be a skillful actor. We all have mind of our own. We all have our own instincts. Sometimes it's a very spontaneous reaction or whatever. But overall, you should know in your head what you want to do, and you should see that picture in your mind before while you're preparing, and then just be in that moment. So I think that switch on switch off thing which you must have heard, it takes a while to get into to understand that. So saying, I think, goodbye to Naina was very difficult, as much as it was a sigh of relief, because it was such an intense character. And there's no chance that I knew what the character was, or what her backstory is, and how the film, which is the most important part of the film, the climax. Because if that people don't connect with, or if that I don't connect with, then there is nothing. And so I can't cheat that emotion. I can't. You have to really, really put it in your mind and your heart that yes, there is a parallel character, and this is what that person feels. You representing so many people there in that moment who are watching. There's so many representing so many women there, so many girls there, so many mothers there.
Correct.
So you got to be really true to that. So that was quite intense. But I think I just gotten married when we were just shooting the climax, because we had to break in between because of the second wave. And I came back. Now you're in a different mood. You don't want to shoot something like this when you are,
Yes.
But I think somewhere, because I was very prepared and very sure of the graph of the character, of how I see it, I'd mapped it out very clearly. I was very sure of what I was going to do. and that really helped. That homework really helped. But to come out, yeah, my goodbye speech, I was a little choked. Usually it doesn't happen with me. It's never happened with me. I was a little choked for that character, but I didn't have time to really step out. I had to jump, not step out, because I had to jump. I had to be on the set of Lost. I had to start preparing for that. So.
Yes. Also, so like you mentioned that you had gotten married and then you had to finish some part of the shoot for this. And, right after marriage, you were in a very happy, chill out mood and all of that. But somewhere, did it personally also affect you, the being in the skin of the character? Personally, did it take a toll?
No, see, that's what I'm saying. So we have to learn that skill. I can't be carrying that emotion back.
So you left the character back on set?
Yeah, I had to. And when I'm on set, I'm fully on set. Then there is nothing personal there, unless it's a personal emergency or something, which you're aware of or you're made aware of. But when I'm on set, I'm fully on set. My focus, my concentration. When I'm at home, Aditya would be there, and parents and family. We were not even like a month old in our marriage, but I would feel good. We'd have a nice meal together, coming back home to your family, and you be in that moment. Yes. And the next day again. So we have to condition our mind. But that homework which I had done on the character, that really helped me, because I have a habit of marking everything, writing everything, whatever I'm feeling. Maybe if I'm feeling, while working on something, if I'm feeling a certain emotion, I write it down. And I put a question mark. Of course, I discuss it with my director, so that when I read once again, with that thought process, I should remember, this is what I felt instinctively, that this works for the character. This line should be spoken like that, or this paragraph should be, this is where the tempo needs to be in a certain way. This is where the actual breakdown happens. This is where, so you have to really work on these things. And so the idea is to really separate as much as you can, and I like doing it.
But do you remember through the process, what was the moment where Yami actually turned into Naina Jaiswal? What was that particular moment? Do you remember that?
I think for me, it was on set when we were shooting the scene, which is in the trailer also. When I make a phone call that maine bachcho ko hostage le liya. I think that was the moment for me.
Wow.
So that was the moment that, yes, okay, it begins.
And Yami, you've explored television, you've explored the South cinema, you have been ruling hearts in Bollywood. Is there a plan to also try and at the OTT soon?
Sorry, is there a chance to try your voice test?
Is there a plan to also try your hand on OTT space and, take up a OTT project anytime soon, like a web show or something?
Okay, first of all, let me clarify. My venture in television was short-lived and really unsuccessful. Let me put it that way. My show couldn't survive beyond 8 months, I think, which is very less as per, the television standard. हाँ, मतलब एक वो तो मतलब for 2 months. And there was one more. Achha. So then, and even the South films, even though I've done like one film in each language, but none of them were like really big successful films, or become like a big name and offers for left, right, center. It wasn't.
Okay.
But yes, it feels good, because for me that was also a learning ground. That's the first time when I watched myself on big screen, which was a Kannada film. I was so happy. I was with my mom and I just held her hand and I was like, wow, mama, this is what I want to do. Because the first time I was watching myself on screen. And so talking about OTT, why not? I mean, but there have been some offers, but I just wouldn't do just for the heck of it, unless I'm really compelled that, yes, I really want to do this. I really need to do this to that point. Otherwise, why not?
Also, Yami, so this is probably the last question. And, when that moment when you decided that you want to become an actor, Okay, and you told your family about it. Was there any advice, or what was that one thing that they told you which you've always carried as a lesson through this industry so far?
That counseling happens till date, by the way.
Okay.
I need it. because because disappointments or you know or expectations don't have any limit, or don't come with a timeline. They can just hit you anytime.
True. That is right.
And you need to identify who are those people in your life
Right.
to whom you can go back and really be yourself and express yourself and hear and hear them out as well. And people who you can trust. And for me, there's nobody else but my family.
And I think family is the most honest when it comes to giving feedbacks.
Yeah, feedback, and more than the feedback or confidence or the fact that that's fine. Like my path, so that's one of the most important things which my parents told me, that there'll always be different choices that you'll have. Some choices may appear quicker way to, your goal, or, you don't have to go a certain route, but always go by what you feel is right from your heart. Who Yami is, who you connect with more as a person. That core value don't ever change and compromise. It's okay. Things take time. They will take time. Let them take time. There is no hurry. You make your own path, take your own time, and, make it count.
Wow. So thank you so much, Yami, for removing time and having this conversation with us.
Thank you.
And keep treating us to more amazing performances.
Thank you so much, Nawaz. Thank you for encouraging us. And it's always a two-way street. It's not about the validation, but the encouragement that you feel from your audience. From a certain section of media like yourself, when you guys really connect and feel happy, I think it feels good. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.